So how do you find the best interest rate? Well, I think I'm going to start on how not to find the best interest rate. So number one, to not find the best interest rate, you don't want to go with a national lender. Now, I used to work for a national lender. I worked for a regional lender, national lender, and here's the reason. Lenders set their interest rates on to how much profit they want to make. And those big national lenders have a lot of overhead. Now, when I was working at my national lender, we had a great office in a big, tall building. We each had our own offices, all the loan officers. We had a secretary. I had a sales manager. I had a branch manager. I had a regional manager. I had a regional vice president, a CEO, CFO. There's a big corporate headquarters with dozens and dozens and dozens of people in that building. They have a lot of overhead. So they have to set their interest rates high to make up all that overhead. Now, I'm a small mortgage broker. I have a branch here and I work out of my home. And in my branch here in Long Beach, California, I just pretty much have, it's just me. So I don't have a whole lot of overhead. So that's why I can keep my rates very low and very competitive. And plus you get the great service that you get with an independent. The other thing you want to watch out for, or the not to do when you're looking for a great interest rate, is be careful with the online quotes that you see. You hear all this stuff on the radio, you see a lot of advertising. These are big national companies as well, and they put these what we call teaser rates. So teaser rate is, you look at the rate for a 30-year fixed home loan. The rate looks fantastic until you start reading the fine print. And the fine print usually has all the fees they add on and the points, and it comes to a ton of money. And a lot of times, if that stuff isn't on there, you're going to get charged that anyway. They should be putting that stuff up front, but a lot of lenders don't for some reason. It's kind of illegal, but they get away with it. And so you got to look out for that. So how do you find the best interest rate? In my opinion, I'm a little biased, but I think you should look for an independent mortgage broker. Someone like me, who, like I said, my costs are lower, my overhead is lower, so I am able to set my interest rate, set my compensation much lower than the big guys, right? So I pass on my savings to you, the consumer, to the borrower. And so it's a win-win. I get your loan and you get a great interest rate. A great interest rate, don't get me wrong, it's going to save you a lot of money each month, right? And thousands and thousands of dollars over the life of the loan. So yes, you should be shopping for a better interest rate. And sometimes your lender, if you get a quote and it looks okay, sometimes they're not going to want you to shop interest rate. So if you got a quote and your lender's kind of hesitant, trying to stop you from shopping, it usually means that his rates suck and he doesn't want you to look otherwise. I always encourage my borrowers to shop around. If they see a great interest rate, let me know and I'll vet it for them. Make sure there aren't a whole bunch of fees that are associated with it. And a lot of times I can try and beat it as well because I have some flexibility in my pricing, because I'm independent, right? Some other places to find great interest rates. Sometimes community banks and credit unions have great programs. They use their own money, so they don't have to borrow money like most people do. And sometimes you can find a great program. And so that's community banks, credit unions is a place you should check. If you're getting a jumbo loan, if you're getting a big loan, check the big banks, the big national banks. Sometimes they will give you a fantastic rate. They will actually lose money on the loan, and because you're a high net worth individual, they want to get your business. So they'll oftentimes lose money on the loan to get your business. So if you got a big jumbo loan, check the big banks. My jumbo loans are competitive, and sometimes I can beat those, but sometimes I can. Sometimes they're just taking such a haircut that I just can't beat them. So, like I said, stay away from those online quotes, or if you see a great online quote, make sure you vet it. If you're in California or Oregon or anywhere in the country, you can send it to me and I'll check it out for you. Stay away from the big national lenders because they have such overhead that their rates really suck. Usually 9 times out of 10, their rates really suck. But they're not going to tell you that, but their rates do suck. Look at credit unions for good rates. Look at big banks for jumbo loans. But the number one thing I can tell you, and again I'm biased because I see what's out there, is to find an independent mortgage broker. And when you're looking for that, Google's probably your best friend. If you're on the West Coast, hit me up. If I can't do the loan, I'll send you to someone, an independent mortgage broker. I network with a lot of them, so I talk to a lot of them around the country. In fact, anywhere in the country. If you're looking for an independent mortgage broker, let me know. I'll find a great one for you. I'll find one who has great rates, and I'll help you out. And usually the independents have better service and better communication because we have to. Right? We have to compete against big banks and big national lenders and credit unions, and we can have great rates all day long, but if we don't have great service and great communication, we won't be in business very long. So, how to find the best interest rate? I hope that helped you out. If you have any questions, go ahead and email me. Go to my website, jesserivera.com. You can find my contact information there and see what my interest rates are at the moment, or just hit me up. I'll see what I can do for you. Okay, thanks a bunch. Talk to you soon. Bye.